Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. This is New Music Finds episode number 3. It's where I like to collect all the new music that I've gotten in the past week, and then I present it here to you guys. And it comes from everywhere from record stores, online retailers, Amazon, eBay, and many other types of places that I will go to get music. So I just kind of gather it all up here for you guys. I've got 10 CDs and 2 vinyl records to show you guys today, but before we get into that, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as an added bonus, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music. And then I'm going to ask you guys to do just one more thing for me. If you really like this video or you know someone who would, please share it. Help get the word out for me. Again, I would really appreciate it. All right, so kicking things off, first one I want to show you guys is Trevor Rabin, Wolf. This one here is on the, I think it's on the One Way Records label. Came out in 1981. Of course, this is the reissue on that. I got this one off of eBay. It seems like Trevor Rabin stuff is really hard to come by. There is a new box set that is out that gathers up all his solo albums. So if you're looking to get them all in one shot, you can do that. But I like to get them with the original art, done the original way, or at least as best as I can. So I did get that. You can see the other one up there, Face to Face. That was in last week's or the week before. So I've been going back and filling in the gaps for Trevor Rabin, and really enjoying both these releases here. The next one I was pretty excited to be able to find a copy of. Iron Horse, 1979 album. This is the self-titled, their first album. Got it also off of eBay. And it features Randy Bachman. This was the band that he did after Bachman Turner Overdrive. He made a solo record and then he did that. And I have to say, this record here is like the long lost Bachman Turner Overdrive record that you never heard kind of a thing. It is just so good. If you're not familiar with this one, check out the second track on here, Sweet Louie Louise on here. Really great track and just classic BTO sounding. And then this one too, Union, which came out in 1981. This one here features both Randy Bachman and Fred Turner of BTO. So I mean, essentially, and that's why it's called Union, it is like a reunion of Bachman Turner Overdrive on this. Now I will say, out of these two, I actually prefer Iron Horse more than I do this album here. I just think Iron Horse is that more classic sound than Union, but it's really great to have it, and of course to have both those guys on it. Having, you know, a finite amount of Bachman Turner Overdrive and now being able to add these two things to it, really great. Just super excited to have that. So again, that was in eBay. Then this one here, a 3-Man Army, Third of a Lifetime. This album here came out in 1971. Pick this up, it's on Esoteric Records. They do such a great job with the repackagings. 1971, this one came out. You can see Gun up there behind me. If you've listened to me before, you know I'm a big fan of Gun. Race with the Devil, that was their big song. Adrian Curtis and his brother Paul Curtis, also known under the name Gervitz. So as in the Baker Gervitz Army, and I'm a big fan of that. So these guys recorded under the two names, Curtis and Gervitz. I'm not really sure why. I'm sure it was a record label thing, thinking that the name Gervitz wouldn't sell, so they asked them to record under the name Curtis. But anyways, if you know of Adrian Curtis or Adrian Gervitz, it's one and the same kind of thing. So vocals and guitar by him, his brother Paul Curtis Gervitz on bass and vocals, and Mike Kelly on drums. And they've got 3 records. That was the 3rd one there. Really great stuff by that band. So if you like Gun, check out 3-Man Army, and if you like Baker Gervitz Army, also same thing. I mean, check it out either direction from whatever band you like. All 3 of those bands are really fantastic. Now, staying on the sort of 1960s kick, I picked up the debut Argent album, self-titled. This one here, if you don't know, features Rod Argent. That's where the name comes from the Zombies from the 60s. And of course, Russ Ballard, who was pretty successful as a solo artist too. So those two guys in this band here on the debut, and just, in my opinion, it's the best album that Argent made. Now, of course, Argent got popular and they did God Gave Rock and Roll to You. And if you're a Kiss fan, then you know God Gave Rock and Roll to You too. That's the Argent song. Hold Your Head Up is another big song that Argent did. So yeah, this is 1969 debut, really good stuff. Got that off of Amazon. That's on a great label that is out there now, Music on CD, and it seems to be reissuing all the Sony Records type stuff. I don't know if it's in collaboration with them. But yeah, if you see a release, any releases that are on Music on CD, they're doing really good quality reissues. It's not that it has booklets with information or anything, they're just not cheaping out on it and doing it right. All right, next up, the Sensational Harvey Band. This one here is a best of, Delilah, the best of, and it came out in 2003. I've got two of the albums framed in Next, in particular because those have the big songs that I know on it. Faith Healer, which was covered by The Cult. I knew the Cult version, so it drew me to this band. And Midnight Moses, which was originally covered, for me at least originally, by Brittany Fox. I learned it from them first, and then the Dead Daisies just recently did a cover of it with spacing on the name here, John Corabi as vocalist with them while he was still in the Dead Daisies. They did a cover, and just really good stuff. So if you know either the song Midnight Moses or Faith Healer, that's Harvey Band and worth checking out for them. Really kind of intricate, sort of glam rock stylings, but progressive at the same time. It's some really interesting stuff. It's not your real run-of-the-mill rock. So next up, though, keeping on the collection and checking out an artist that other people have done covers of that I know, Cale. So I picked this up actually at my Barnes & Noble, so not really a record store, but they do sell CDs. And you may know Cale from Call Me the Breeze, which Leonard Skinner made very popular. After Midnight, Eric Clapton covered it, and also Cocaine, another one that Eric Clapton covered. So those three I knew. This came out in 1997 and was later reissued in 2006, remastered version of this, and that's what this is. So again, just branching out and going back and checking out some of the original artists. Sometimes after I learn the songs from my favorite bands and stuff, and I see several covers that are by a particular artist, I say, well, gee, if I like all these covers that are getting done, maybe I should go back and check out the artist, and that's what I was doing here with these. All right, filling in another gap was 38 Special and Rock and Roll Strategy. It was the only album I didn't have by them, 1988. This one here added the performer Max Carl. He took over for Don Barnes, who stepped away at this point, and he came in on vocals to fill in for him. And this album in 1988 had a pretty big hit with the song Second Chance, and rock ballad at the time. And this is just the album I didn't have. I picked this up off of Amazon's Marketplace, so a third party reseller for that. And then another one that came from Amazon Marketplace, third-party reseller, used Pat Travers Band and Crash and Burn. This one here has the song Snortin' Whiskey, which they're pretty well known for. It came out in 1980. Just really good sound on this record. I think the band really finally found their footing for that. Good hard rock bluesy edge to them, kind of thing. Now, this next one, which is the last of the CDs, was kind of unexpected. Geils Band and Sanctuary. Now, I had ordered this, a Japanese vinyl replica version from Japan, so it was $30. And I had placed it on order, and everywhere that I'd looked, it was sold out, no longer available, that sort of thing. But Amazon still listed it. It was just listed as back ordered. So I said, why not? Put it on order. Let's see what happens with it. And I placed it on order, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, and heard nothing. And I kept having to renew and say, yes, I still want it. Please keep trying to get it, kind of a thing. And then all of a sudden today, I got an email saying it had been delivered. It never told me it had shipped, never told me that it was even found or whatever. but I just got an email saying it was delivered, and then when I got home today, sure enough, it was here, which was really exciting to get it because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get this or not, or whether they'd be able to get it. I was just really taking a long shot because if you go on eBay and you try to find this, this is literally going for hundreds of dollars, especially for a brand new one. You can get some used ones for maybe a little less or whatnot, but this seemed to be the hardest to find of their, obscure albums kind of a thing. I already went through a period of digging up Freeze Frame album and I don't know, one of the other ones too. Going in and digging these up has been, pretty difficult getting a decent price on them kind of a thing. And this one here was just one I couldn't find. So I put this on order, took a chance, and it paid off. I got one. So, if you ever see those on Amazon and you're like, well, gee, I don't want to wait for it kind of a thing, or it says it's back ordered, or who knows, or I know it's out of print, but they don't yet. Sometimes order them. You never know what's going to happen. I had this happen with a Depeche Mode box set that I went ahead and placed on order, and it was back ordered. And 6 months later, lo and behold, they produced one for me when it was sold out everywhere and it was skyrocketing on eBay. So good things can't happen like that. Now I got 2 vinyls too. This is the first one, and I got this from my local record store, Academy, so I want to shout out to them. They're doing a real good job bringing in some cool, obscure vinyl. They always have. I predominantly go to them for CDs, but in this case, no CDs for me. I looked all through the CDs, but I did find a couple cool vinyls, this one in particular. So this band, Dead Ringer, this one here called Second Arising. It was a 1983 album. It was on the Neat Records label, who is a real supporter and a label that really got a lot of the new wave of British heavy metal bands out there. They signed early on Tigers of Pantang, Venom, Persian Risk, just bunches and bunches of the new wave of British heavy metal bands actually started on Neat Records, and this is another one of them here, Dead Ringer. This was their second album. They only made 2. They never really made an impact, but cool to find an original pressing on Neat Records. I know them from some compilations, so I'm pretty excited to check out what the whole album sounds like. Now this last thing, like the J. Geils, was a really cool find for me. Jefferson Starship and Modern Times. And this is a cool embossed cover. So like these pieces, the woman on the cover are raised off of here on it. And this one here is really, really hard to find on CD. I still haven't found it on CD. But finding it on vinyl too is also proving very difficult. And I managed to get this one from Academy for $5. And it's the gatefold. It's got such a great shot on the interior. It does have the cutout, but those things don't really bother me. I know, I guess if you're a diehard, vinyl person, that kind of stuff is gonna upset you. But hey, for $5, I'll pick this up and add it to my collection because it's got that embossed cover on it, and finally have it to be able to play it. So I'm pretty excited about that. And all that was my new music finds, 10 CDs and 2 vinyl records that I picked up over the last week. If you know anything about some of my other ones, this was kind of a slow one. I've had other ones that have 25 plus releases in the week kind of stuff, but that's where I'm at with this. I was expecting a few other things that didn't come in. I'll just tack them on to the next one. So I do this every week, new every Wednesday. Do check back if you like this, new music finds, new episodes every Wednesday, and you'll get to see what those things that were supposed to have already come, you'll see them next week. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Also share this if you can. Let me know your thoughts. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye, everyone.